Welcome to the 918 in the Kirkland Athletic Complex here at Broken Arrow. It's the 6A quarterfinals here on ArrowVision as the host Tigers, fresh off of a win earlier this week to improve to 14-2 on the season. It's a 2-1 victory over Jinx to advance here, taking on for the second time in the 2025 season the Huskies of Edmond North, who blanked UConn 2-0 in the first round. As we welcome you to the 918 alongside JoJo David, I'm Grayson Singleton. And JoJo, welcome back to the alma mater as the Tigers look to advance to another state semifinal and going for their sixth state tournament victory. It's their sixth state tournament championship, their most recent since 2021.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, man, I feel like this Tiger team, they've beaten their kryptonite. You know, the past 3 years in a row, they've lost to Jinx. The past 3 years, either in the state championship or the state semifinals. They got them out the way first round in this quarterfinal game. I guarantee they have all the confidence in the world and a fresh lineup from what I used to see and watch a year ago today when I commentated here.
Edmond North coming off of the victory over UConn, a team that's 10-5. They were 4-3 in their district and have started to play better soccer as the season has gone on. They lost their last 2 games of the regular year and then surprised everybody with that first round victory on the road at UConn. Let's give you the starting 11 for both of these squads. First for Edmond North: Adam Froelich, Reed Newhaven, Holden Richardson, Will Hancock, Christo Kusev, Stokely Fudge, Noah Langford, Reese McManus, Wiley Smith, Caden Brown, and in goal is the sophomore keeper, Gable Davis. For Broken Arrow, Derek Roberts, Gavin Dill, Chain Yi Lo, Josh Ngoyi, Diego Farabas, Hami Aguirre, Bilal Char, Hector Ochoa, Javier Magallanes, and Hector Pacheco with Cairo Prey in goal. Kickoff to Broken Arrow. We're underway in the quarterfinal with a semifinal berth on the line.
Good strong ball movement to start it off by the Tigers. I mean, this is their game. This is how they play. No need to rush, no need to get anything crazy. They start it off slow and pick it up fast later on down the line.
What kind of team? Describe the style of play that the Tigers are going to present today.
I mean, they're fast yet resilient at the same time. And a lot of times, like when you're fast with things, you kind of overstep, do a little too much. But this team is resilient. They're experienced too. A lot of these younger guys have been playing since their freshman and sophomore year on this varsity team. So you got an experienced team, and it feels like this is the year for them to make it happen. But before then, they got to get past Edmond North. And like you said, kind of in a little bit of a slump, but still a team to watch out for.
It's interesting, the battle of experience and lack thereof, as Edmond North, not as experienced as a first shot taken and stopped by Prey. Yes, it was Stokely Fudge that put it on goal to begin the game.
Great save right there by Cairo Prey. I mean, Cairo has been on this team for forever. Last year did not get to start. Evan Boss was the goalkeeper beforehand, so he's had a lot of he's been underneath his wing for a while, and this is his year to show out. He's had a great year this year so far from what I've heard. And good to see him start off, get his hands and feet a little warm, get a save early on.
Here's a run for Ochoa, out wide. Plays it up front, and here is Powell, and that is knocked away from him. Good recovery on the back line by Langford, knocking it away from Char.
Yeah, Hector Ochoa with a really good pass, getting past the defender. Try to get to Bilar Char right there, but a little too much on it. Got a little bit ahead of Bilar. Good clearance by Edmond North right there in the moment, but Magallanes has it now.
And a bad touch as this goes across the touchline. There goes the flag as Ochoa couldn't control it, and North will throw it in. How important is that for a keeper like Prey to get involved in the action early and get that first shot coming at him out of the way?
I mean, you always want to stay fresh and ready, and it's hard to stay fresh and ready whenever you're just sitting there doing nothing. A lot of these goalkeepers, their biggest failures are whenever they're just standing back there a while, just not ready, not prepared, and that's whenever stuff comes at you. So always good to start it off strong with the easy save just like that. And Cairo Prey is a lengthy and long dude, so he'll be able to make that happen.
Handball on Edmond North gives it back to the Tigers. Middle of the field. Now back out wide, Ochoa. Magallanes plays it back, and now the Tigers play it back near midfield. Low, middle, knocked away. Giving chase now is Dill.
Good defense right there by Dill, closing the gap in very last second. I mean, it results into a throw-in, which is what you want. I mean, Edmond North was on a good run on that far left end. Not sure who it was, but they had a really good run, but Dill did a good job stepping right in front of it, gets it out of there, and now they get a throw-in.
Roberts to throw in. That's picked off. North with possession momentarily. Now back to the Tigers. Weaving around Magallanes. Low. And he plays it all the way back to Farabas. These two teams met in the first game of the season, and it looked a lot different than it does today. 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts. BA won it 1-0, but it was a match that was largely dictated by the weather, as here's a run, and Ochoa gets back, and it's going to be a goal kick as the ball intended for Froelich.
Yeah, good job by Ochoa. They're coming downhill, closing in that gap to prevent anything. It was a really good run by Edmond North. I'm trying to see who that was. It was Adam Froelich. He had a really good run wide open space, but great job by them. And like you just talked about weather with 50-mile-per-hour winds. I mean, here we got beautiful 73 degrees outside, like not too much sun.
Oh, it's perfect
amount of wind. This is some beautiful, beautiful weather.
So one game between these two decided by largely the weather. This one's going to be decided on the field for sure.
Yeah,
Ochoa, by the way, to your last point, he got back from his forward position.
Yeah, it's always good to have guys like that who can step out of their whatever position they are and help the team out in many ways that they can, and that's a good thing. Ochoa's a guy like that. I know his older brother currently goes to Mizzou, played for the basketball team here, did a great job, left a really good legacy, so it's good to see Ochoa carrying that. Tigers looking good right now, though.
Magallanes, the cross doesn't get to its intended target, Roberts. Now Roberts has it out wide. Middle of the field low. Through ball broken up. And a whistle. And this is going the Huskies' direction.
Yeah, that's a call on Bilal Char. I mean, it was feisty back and forth between the two, but Bilal was clearly behind him, being a little more physical, so they're going to give one to Edmond North. I mean, so far, 5 minutes in, hasn't really been a clear dominant team so far. It's been possession pretty even. It hasn't been too crazy, so good to see from both these teams starting off strong.
If you would give a keys to the game in a quarterfinal matchup like this, what would it be?
Man, key game for Edmond North is stay the course. I mean, this is, like I said earlier, a fast-paced team who keeps it very clean and very strong. So you got to stay resilient. You got to stay consistent the whole entire game. And also, you got one guy to watch out for, Josh Ngoy. Josh Ngoy has been one of the guys on his team for a while, and you know, I got lucky enough to call a lot of his games last year. Created a nickname for him. His family is originally from Cameroon, and apparently his great-grandpa was a king. So I started calling him the African Prince. So really, really cool to see, and hopefully we can see that prince become king today and take his Tigers to the semifinals.
That was a foul on Broken Arrow as Stokely Fudge is going to take the free kick from just inside the circle. Fudge putting it into the box, and it was Lowe that got a first touch. McManus going airborne, taps it to a teammate, Kutsev, and a whistle, and Kutsev was offside.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure what Kutsev did at first. I thought they were going to give Gavin Dill that call. I feel like he kind of went underneath his feet, picked him up, and he fell to the ground. I thought it was a call, but really he was a little bit offside. So, but good header right there by Kutsev to get it in the box to start it off strong for them, but didn't end up paying off.
So the Huskies have threatened a couple of times. One ended in a save, one in an offside. Tigers looking for their first threat of this quarterfinal match. McManus. And overshoots Fudge. Here is the aforementioned Ngoyi. Back to Ochoa. Out wide, Ngoyi wrestling for it with Froelich. Ends up back with the Tigers as they play it back to Farabas.
You know, a lot of people always talk about how soccer is not a physical sport, and I'm like, man, this is one of the most stamina-needed games out there. I mean, if you've played a game of soccer, you understand you need some stamina. Not like track field stamina. It's a whole other different type of stamina, and it does get pretty physical. And early on, you've seen both these teams been pretty physical so far.
Fudge, there's some physicality right there as Fudge going to get called for a foul. That gives it to the Tigers. Now Edmond North, this team will try to make it a rock fight. It's really big front line, really big forwards for the Huskies this year.
No, yeah, you said it perfectly. I mean, Fudge just right there did a perfect description of his physicality, showed it very well, but also, I mean, did a really good job getting past Roberts. I mean, you would think a guy with the bigger body, bigger frame like him could not get past him, but he has the physicality, the strength, and the speed. Got past Roberts, had a really good look, but didn't get one.
Yeah, there's a foul on Hancock. But you see Edmond North, when they attempt to take it from you, they're going hands first almost, putting your hands into your body and trying to rough up this Tiger team.
Oh, very much. Those West Side teams are built different, some might say. But you know what? Another shout out to the West Side teams. I mean, look at their stand. I mean, they got a lot of people coming out here all the way from Edmond. Funny enough, me and Grayson both also came from the Edmond-ish area. Pretty far drive for the both of us. You know, me being moved in back here, but him taking the long drive to commentate here in the beautiful 918.
Nah, it's a lot of fun. Always enjoy the trips up here. This is far side Roberts. Aguirre. Through ball Agoye. Bad touch, but it ends up with Ochoa.
Good slide tackle right there by Holden Richardson. Did a good job not even clipping him one whatsoever, just got straight ball.
No, got it clean.
Yeah, he's got that captain band for a reason.
Dill into the box looking for Ngoyi. It ricochets to him. Ngoyi with the left foot, it's wide. So there's the first threat for Broken Arrow, and it ends up in a goal kick.
Very much. I mean, that ball was chaotic. It was here, there, and everywhere, but still gets to Ngoyi. He gets past his defender, looks for a good shot with his off foot, doesn't get it where he wants to, but threatens the goalie like you said and does what he wants. I mean, it's the first time we've kind of heard from Gable Davis. Hasn't had much going to him so far today, so he's got his first thing in action.
And Davis had that near post covered as well. So the first look at the sophomore keeper in this quarterfinal.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how that turns out. I mean, a young guy in his first playoff, unless he played his freshman year, which would be very impressive, but he's got a big opportunity here to show off against one of the top teams in the state.
Now, both Husky keepers on the roster are sophomores, Gable Davis and Caleb McCarty as well. So a lot of youth for this Husky team that has made it this far in the season. Playing it back. And now out wide, here's Dill. Dill with some time, Fudge closing in, gets it away to Roberts. Not a whole lot of ball pressure initially put on by the Huskies.
Oh, not at all. They're kind of playing like low and slow. Ochoa kind of got...
Whoa, there's a dangerous fall, as it was Pacheco that hit the deck, and he's slow to get up. He was undercut.
He kind of got hit in the tailbone a little.
And the referee's going to stop play as it was Newhaven that undercut him. No foul called.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't dirty by Newhaven, just trying to get to the ball. And Ochoa is very, very tall, going to go play collegiate soccer after this year, but he's a tall body and plays that striker position really well. Whenever I was here last year, he was not a starter, so really, really cool to see him getting those minutes he deserves.
Ngoyi kicked away by McManus, and an offside call. It was Char who got caught too far downfield. Now, interestingly enough, they're going to call this a deflection because it was McManus that was the last one that touched it to him.
Interesting. Yeah, by law, Char got a little too. He overstepped his stay a little bit too much and got where he shouldn't have been. But once again, I mean, Tigers have to keep providing pressure because Edmond North has done a really good job of doing that.
Do you think Edmond North caught a break with that last one? We'll get back to that in a second as Fudge has it out wide. Deal playing him. Fudge turns back out. This is Brown lofting it into the box and right to Prey. Now, the Huskies may have caught a break on that last offside call because McManus, they're determined, deflected it to him instead of deliberately playing it to him, which would have negated the offside.
Yeah, that would have been something for them. I mean, they got really lucky in that moment. But once again, I mean, regardless, they've done a really good job defensively. I mean, when you look at their defensive four, I mean, you got a guy with red, pink hair, whatever it is. That's pretty intimidating. That's got some Dennis Rodman-esque stuff right there. So, and we already talked about how big this team is already. So to see them staying strong defensively so far is really impressive to see.
Interesting you liken him to Dennis Rodman because Newhaven is the enforcer on that back line for the Huskies. Here's a run. This is McManus. Cut off, tries to get to that right foot, deflected away.
Yeah, good job by Cheney Lowe. He steps right where he needed to be, and Goy was providing pressure on McManus, but did a really good job right there. Lowe saw where he needed to be and got there.
And we're 12.5 minutes into this first half. There's one launched in. Two-hand catch made by Prey. No score in this quarterfinal match in the first half. 12 and a half, nearly 13 gone by.
Yeah, both these teams defensively have done a really good job of preventing anything to come their way. So you got to keep that consistent. But there's going to be a time where one of these teams breaks or there's a little minor issue. So just depends who's going to break first.
So far, both teams have been aided by offside calls, as this one played across the touchline by Wiley Smith. Ochoa throws in. Touched by Magallanes, but it's a bad touch. Ends up back with Stokely Fudge of the Huskies. Playing it out wide, Kutsev. Trying to make a run for Edmond North. Kutsev into the box. Playing with it now to his left hand. Loses it. Lowe is there. Ricocheting around, and Prey dives in. Penguin sliding to halt the run.
Yeah, that could have been something for Edmond North. They did almost everything perfect in that moment, but Prey, with those long arms, got where he needed to be, stretched out, received that ball before it could have been tapped in. So really good save by him. That could have been 1-0 for Edmond North very easily.
This one knocked away by the Tigers. McManus to throw it back in for the Huskies.
Yeah, they're going to switch throw-in-ers, I guess you could say. Caden Brown's going to be the one taking it. I just don't know what you'd call that.
Can you call them inbounders? I know that's a basketball thing.
I mean, you got to call them something. You can say, like, blank to throw it in, but, I mean, throw-in-ers, like, I'm not sure what you call them, but inbounder does sound like it would be the one.
We can make up words here.
Yeah, might as well.
Low middle of the field is Aguirre. Find Magallanes. Looking for the through ball for Char. It's way too far.
Yeah, by law, he was off.
Yeah, he was clearly offside, and I think he knew it because he didn't make a run at it ultimately.
Yeah, Magallanes was right there. He was looking for that pass, playing that midfield position really well, but by law wasn't ready. They weren't on the same page in that moment. Not enough chemistry there, so didn't get where he needed to be. But Magallanes was ready to make that pass when he needed to.
Just past the 15-minute mark of this opening half in this quarterfinal. Only one shot on goal so far. That was from the Huskies, and it was in the opening 2 minutes of this match. McManus with the deflection wins it for the Huskies. Up ahead, Hancock. Armbarred and loses it. This is going to be last touch by Aguirre. Smith set to throw it in for Edmond North. Mentioned this in the open. Edmond North lost its last 2 matches of the regular year. They were shut out in both matches, a 1-0 loss in extra time to Deer Creek, and then a 4-0 loss on the road, or at home rather, to Edmond Memorial. And then they came and scored 2 on the road against UConn to upset the Millers.
Yeah, some miscommunication there right there by Noah Langford and Caden Brown as they gave it away. But like you said, I mean, this Edmond North Huskies team is tested. They've played a lot of tough teams. They are battle tested, so they can come in here and say, this is my house, and do a lot of things. That's what they've been doing so far, honestly. I would say that as of right now, it's been an advantage to the Huskies.
Newhoffen knocks it away, retrieves it just in front of the goal line. Aguirre keeps it on this side. Ricocheting around. And that's a foul going to be called on the Huskies and Froelich. Yeah, quick restart for Broken Arrow. Go ahead, JoJo.
Oh, you're good. Some of the fans were not happy with that call, but I mean, it could have gone either way.
Magallanes couldn't get to it before it was cleared by Smith. Ochoa out wide. 2 defenders converge. He plays it back to Farabus. Lowe putting it into the box, deflected away by Davis. Ngoye scores!
And like we said earlier today, the African Prince becomes the king with the flip. Beautiful stuff to make it 1-0 Tigers. That ball bounced perfectly where it needed to be. And man, that is one step closer to bringing the Tigers where they need to be. Beautiful.
And he submits it with the acrobatics. The Tigers take the 1-0 advantage here at home. It just caromed perfectly to him, and he was ready on the one-timer.
I mean, that's a guy who's going to play collegiate soccer at the next level. That's a guy who has been your guy since his sophomore year. That's a guy who can be anyone's guy in general. And he showed it perfectly right there. So we're going to get some substitutes for the Tigers. First subs of the day for anybody.
It is Jordan Schmoker that goes to his bench first. Noah Allen in as well as Zakiah Francisco.
Francisco in for the Tigers.
That definitely brings a weight off the shoulders for the Tigers, but at the same time, for Edmond North, I mean, they've been playing well, so you can't get too comfortable in this moment. I mean, this is a Tiger team. Like, yeah, they're good, but Edmond North have been playing a lot better so far, so you got to make sure to stay consistent and stay strong.
Roberts plays this one back. In also at that last stoppage is Trenton Gabriel as well. Roberts taking his time. So it takes 17 minutes, and an 18th minute goal by Josh Ngoyi gets the scoring started. Off the head of Francisco, New Haven keeps it on this side. Fralick, and he had it taken away, and now a foul called on McManus. And a quick restart. Here we go.
Yeah, McManus right there did not feel like he got the call, and his teammate Holden Richardson showed expressions to the ref. Ref was like, no, can't do today.
Here's Pacheco bouncing. Roberts on the far side. Brown has it. Good turn by Brown.
Really nice turn by Brown. That looked like something right there.
Lofting it across midfield, but deflected away by Gabriel.
Yeah, some new subs out there for the Tigers. As Ngoyi's going to get his rest. Very well needed rest after those two shots he had today. One got in the net, the other one was very close to, but not even a shot on goal. But North's they're pushing right now.
Starting 11 still on the field for North, as there's a trip as Kutsev hit the deck. And now the official's gonna stop this quick restart and bring it back. Caden Brown to take the free kick from about 35 yards out.
Yeah, and this can go somewhere too. He can get a really good pass in a really good spot with all those guys. Get a quick header in, catch prey off guard. So you got to hope that doesn't happen for the Tigers.
Easily puts this into the box, and it's a foul called on Edmond North.
Foul on Edmond North.
The protest coming from Richardson, so it might have been him that got tagged.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't the only guy protesting. You got the whole Edmond North side protesting as well. We got some kids shouting at the ref early on.
And if this game is going to be called tight, that heavily favors Broken Arrow because Edmond North relies on its physicality to create opportunities.
No, 100%. You cannot go into this game. The Tigers can't go into the game thinking they're the best team and the better team. That's not how you win games. And Edmond North has came out like they are the better team so far. I mean, had a really good goal, but still these Huskies are coming strong, and they're doing a really good job so far. You just got to keep it consistent, and they can get in that net. So Tigers have to know how to prevail against that.
Juan Leal is also in the contest now for Broken Arrow. Out wide, Roberts along the sideline and knocked away across the touchline by Brown. BA to throw it in.
Yeah, Roberts had a really good move right there. Stuck his foot down in the dirt, kept it with him, then went past him. But his touch after he had his foot stuck got a little bit too ahead of him, so then he gets to create anything off of that.
Pacheco, the give and go with Francisco, who loses it. Back onto the BA side of the field with Farabus. Out wide, Gabriel.
You know what I like to hear from this Huskies team. I can hear Coach Chris Wow from all the way down there giving his team advice, letting them know what they can do better. I mean, from all the way here, I can hear him, and we're very far apart. You know, north to west. So really good stuff to see. This Husky team is not dying down one bit.
Physicality and intensity is the MO for Chris Waugh's team, who is 10-5 on the season. Wiley wins it. And taken away from him, that's going to be a handball as Francisco's hand made contact.
Yeah, if that one did not go the Huskies' way, I feel like we would have heard an uproar from the Husky fans. Very much so. That was a clear as day handball, straight to the hand of Francisco, but wasn't intentional, obviously, but still.
Edmond North strongly represented here some 2 hours from the city of Edmond. Brown just nailed his teammate Richardson, but it caroms to Wiley Smith.
Turned out for the better, honestly. Give him a good run right here if he can keep it in.
Fudge chasing, Fudge back. Ooh, nice, well done. Oh, it did go across the goal line. Flag comes out from the near side linesman, and it'll be a goal kick for the Tigers.
As well as another sub for the Tigers. Looks like coming in is going to be Mateo Ortega.
And he replaces Pacheco, who gets a well-deserved rest. As Jordan Schmoker has gone to his substitutes heavily ever since the score became 1-0.
I mean, yeah, very much. I mean, they've got a really deep squad here. I mean, a lot of these guys are young, but they are experienced. I mean, let's talk about Schmoker. He's been here for a while, came here after the Tigers won the state championship in 2019, and since then they've had success, but they have yet to win it. Last year they had a heartbreaker in penalty kicks against Jinx. 2 years ago, played Jinx in state, lost again. 3 years ago, lost to them in semis. So
Hancock through ball and losing his footing was the intended target. That was Fudge.
But they get it right back. Richardson has a good look here, too.
Richardson left foot into the box, deflected. Up in the air. There goes the flag. And it's a foul going against Edmond North.
I don't think it was a foul. I think it was an offsides, actually, on Stokely Fudge.
You are right. They did get Fudge for being offside. Fudge must have been offside by a shoulder.
Yeah, very much. You could barely see him. He did a really good job disguising himself, but just barely got caught by the side judge.
Francisco turning, weaving, and turns back in. And he goes down. That's a foul on Hancock.
Yeah, clearly got pulled right there by Hancock, but it was very subtle, not too much on it. So, you know, we got a lot of other big news today at 9 o'clock p.m. sharp. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be playing the Denver Nuggets in some basketball today. So we've got a lot of good sports today. You know, you go from some high school Tigers versus Huskies soccer to
there's a shot by Francisco and the diving stop made by Gable Davis. First save of the evening for Davis.
Yeah, he's getting his warm-ups in, just like how Kyra Prey did the very first 3 minutes in. So hopefully that turns out for the better for him.
This one put onto the BA side of the field, played all the way back to Prey. You might be able to get to a TV quicker than I can for that Thunder game. My TV will be my phone while I'm driving back to Norman, as this one's sent into the street. Oh, this is going to cause some problems. Here comes a car, and they navigate the ball.
I'll take the under and get it ran over.
I don't know if is there a dog near the street too? What's going on?
You know what? I've seen a bunch of these games and a bunch of these balls have gone over the fence, but I have never seen a dog chase it that way.
You know what? This could be a problem, and I didn't think about this as I was driving in today, but if there's a ball sent out there, that could become a real-life Allstate commercial.
It very much happens. It happens very commonly, you know.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, not at all. You know, I mean, the design looks kind of cool, I guess. You get the design coolness. Who knows?
Here's a header that goes wide. As making the run was Mateo Ortega.
Yeah, that fence is oddly short. You know, I didn't expect the dog coming out of nowhere is what shocked me.
I'll do you one better. On my way up here, I was driving through some back roads, and there were just 3 horses just in the road.
That's Oklahoma for you.
Yeah.
If you're not from Oklahoma, you take a picture of that, they'll be like, oh, you're from Oklahoma.
Which I am not from Oklahoma. Here's a run by Leal. Finds Francisco, middle of the pitch. Through ball to Ortega. Out wide, Leal.
Good ball movement by the Tigers here.
Plays it back to Gabriel. Gabriel plays Ortega. New Haven, the closest one to it, and he boxes out and allows Davis to come up with it.
Yeah, Gabriel Davis, I mean, ever since his benches came in, he's been a lot more active so far in this game. He's got the ball in his hands a lot so far, so good for him, like being able to stay in the game, kind of do some stuff, instead of standing around.
Got real physical there, no call. The referee letting him play.
Yeah, Frolic gave him a big old shove that was clear as day obvious. You could hear the oohs and the ahs from the crowd, but no call by the ref. I like he's letting them play it out today.
Yeah, this one going to be decided by the 22 on the pitch, and deservedly so, with a state semifinal berth on the line. Here's a long pass to Ortega, and Ortega with a bad touch allows Brown to clear it across the touchline. 13.5 to go in the opening half. 1-0 lead for the Tigers on an 18th minute goal on a perfect one-timer off a ricochet by Josh Ngoyi.
Put that one perfectly in the net where it needed to be. Now can we see Edmond North do the same here?
McManus trying for a run. He was cut off by Lowe. And this goes across the touchline. It's going to be a throw-in for the Huskies.
Yeah, it looked like it was. I was worried. I thought they were going to give that one to the Tigers, but it's Huskies. We got our first sub of the day for the Huskies, as well as the Tigers getting a new sub in.
Yeah, the sub allows the Tigers to score, so Lucas Horvath gets into the contest for Broken Arrow.
Coming out is Chenyi Lowe.
Lowe's been great on that back line.
Yeah, he
for
plays
Broken Arrow.
He plays the 6 so well. The center defensive mid position does a really good job. I mean, he was a sophomore last year getting minutes on this team early on, and that team went to state. So it's beautiful to see those guys who are experienced. We're getting like a corner kick-esque throw-in here.
Emerson Huffman is the substitute on for the Huskies, by the way. And here comes out of it is Noah Allen. Allen weaving, gets it to the middle. The cross to Ortega. Through ball back to Allen, couldn't come up with it. Smith clears it back.
Yeah, not sure if that was going to Allen or Horvath, and I think it was kind of confusing overall. Roberts might stay with a lot of physicality. They're going to let him play, though.
Yeah, and a good no call as well. This is out wide for Horvath, and Brown wins it for the Huskies.
Yeah, Brown's just oversized him like completely. He kind of just big brought him in the moment, just boxed him out, easily took control of it. So good clearance by him getting out of the danger zone.
Gabriel out wide. Here's Leal. Working on Smith. Leal gets by him. Into the box, turning on New Haven, finds Ortega. Turned away, plays it back to Gabriel. Gabriel with a crosser, and he airmails Roberts all the way to the far side, and this is going to be a Husky throw-in.
Yeah, Huskies defense, I mean, ever since that goal by Ngoyi, they have stayed really firm and strong, like a steel wall. Done a really great job overall, just doing their part well. That back four line has not changed. They've had the same 4 guys back there, and those 4 guys have done a really good job. I mean, obviously that Ngoyi goal, you could say it was luck. I wouldn't say more so luck, but I would say they got the good side of the stick. You know, they didn't. You know, the ball just bounced in an unfortunate spot for them, but they played their position really, really well, and they still have been consistent this whole first half.
Under 10 to go in this first half. We've played 30 minutes already in a fast-moving first period.
Yeah, normally you come to these games, you commentate the girls and boys soccer game, but we're just commentating one singular game today, so it's a short and fast-paced one.
No doubt.
Unlike your drive here. Hopefully going back it'll be like this game.
Oh, yeah. I agree. I've got a reward for myself in mind when I get back to the 405.
Not too far.
Dill, deflected by New Haven. This could be trouble. Ortega gets it through. Here comes Ortega. He's tripped, and this is going to be a penalty.
Wow, good ball control by Ortega. He kept it consistent the whole time, no matter the adversity. A bunch of guys swarmed all over him, gets past his defender, gets clipped from behind, and that creates an opportunity for the Tigers to make it 2-0 when this first half is still going on. The question is, who's going to take it?
Smith tripped him.
Oh,
looks like it's going to be Gavin Dill.
Gavin Dill, one of my good friends.
Gavin Dill on the shot.
His dad is known as Big Dill. We call him Lil Dilly. Big Dilly, Lil Dilly. Coming from his center back position to come and take this shot. The defender going to switch it up for this.
So there's the whistle. And Dill with a chance. 2-0.
Easy as can be, as Little Dill proves me wrong, and he might be Big Dill. Makes it 2-0 for the Tigers with 9 minutes even to go in this game. And man, it's just been all Tigers. I mean, Edmond North has done a great job, but they can't control these situations that have been happening.
A 32nd minute penalty kick makes it 2-0, Broken Arrow.
You know, you can't, if you're Edmond North right now, you can't be defeated by these 2 goals. I mean, they scored 2 goals so quickly. I mean, who says you guys can't? I mean, they've played so well. Like I said, that back line, they just had it unfortunate. You know, that ball bounced in a horrible spot. Just now they clipped a guy. Like, it's like these bad situations that happen. But, you know, when bad comes, you know what else comes? Good comes. So let's see what they can do now with a little bit of adversity on their back.
Fudge going to get us restarted. That Edmond North back line had been flirting with trouble more than a couple of times before that last breakdown resulted in the penalty kick goal. McManus collides with Dill. And this is going to be called on Edmond North, and there's the displeasure being voiced by the Husky contingent.
I mean, clear enforcer. The clear enforcer there was McManus. I mean, although they both went for it the same way, McManus clearly came out and was a little more aggressive, but I would have not been upset on a no call there also.
Francisco deflected away. Davis got a hand on it. And it's going to be the first corner kick of this match for either team. And by the way, going back to McManus, would you be surprised if I told you he's a defensive back for the Husky football team?
Wow, that's a fact that I honestly, you know, he's got the man bun going. He's a large guy. Like, I could see it happen. That's a really cool, really cool, interesting fact. You know, they always say you learn something new every day. If you weren't watching, you wouldn't have known that.
Francisco set to take the corner. It might be a short kick, and it is. Allen, Horvath. Horvath's got some space. Horvath's got a shot, and it is just high.
Really good look for Horvath there, but he had a perfect curve. Look for that top right bin. Almost got it there, but a little bit of a scare right there for Gable Davis, who I will say has played a good game so far today. I mean, if you look at that penalty kick earlier, he dived in the right place. It's just that it was sadly barely above him.
Gabriel, Francisco weaving through. McManus chasing, and here's a run intended for Leal, and Davis comes out and slides to it to put that to bed.
Yeah, inching towards 5 minutes to go in this match. 2-0 Tigers, but the Huskies are not short of anything as of right now, as they've played a solid match so far regardless.
On the girls' side of things, Broken Arrow is tied scoreless at Edmond North. 4.5 to go in the first half of that one.
Yeah, that Edmond North girls soccer team is a really good team. That's going to be a tough beat for the Tigers if they can make it happen.
3 Division I players on that Edmond North girls team.
Yeah, that's something that's just unheard of. I mean, this is honestly, it's really cool how the girls and the guys are both playing the same teams. It's very ironic and like not something you really see regularly.
Throw-in Huskies.
This is going to be a throw-in for the Huskies.
Smith to throw it in. Ortega deflects it to Newhaven, who gets a bad touch, and it goes to Broken Arrow. Ortega quickly gets it back in. Newhaven with a nice leg to stop that one.
That'll be a throw-in for the Huskies now. We're going throw-in for throw-in for throw-in.
Hot potato in around late in this first half. Fudge struggling to keep possession. Now he does. Bodies hit the deck. No call either way.
They're going to give advantage, so no call just yet, but Fudge looks like it's hard for him to get up. Hopefully he's all good as he is.
Brown plays it away. Horvath, Kutsev collide. One body hits the deck. And it's a foul on Broken Arrow as this is going back to Edmond North as Richardson got taken down.
Yeah, Horvath chipped him in that moment for sure, stepped on his foot before anything. So the Huskies finally get the call they've been begging for.
Brown out wide, under 5 to go in the first.
Wow, that was a really good read by Brown right there. They were on the same timing right there, but Dill steps right in front of it with his chest, prevents that. That would have went over Dill if it was a little bit higher. Would have been an easy run. Could have been a goal for the Huskies. They just have to keep doing stuff like that, and they can get a goal. This team is very much capable of doing so.
The Broken Arrow. Perhaps the difference in the game is that the Tigers' back line has been more buttoned up. Here's a run from Fudge, loses it. Played out deep. This is Richardson, and this is a foul as Brown with a push in the back of Ortega.
Yeah, Brown clearly did, and it's going to be Roberts. Roberts has stayed it through this whole game, this whole half so far. Him and Gavin Dill have not been subbed out and been playing extremely well. Very high stamina, been moving around here, there, and everywhere. So they're going to get their well-deserved break in 3 minutes and 47 seconds.
Francisco, here's a run for Allen out wide. Allen gets to it, cuts inside. Allen on the weave. Back to Horvath. His shot knocked away by Richardson.
Shot blocked.
And it's cleared by Huffman.
Yeah, good clearance right there by Huffman, getting it out of there in any harm's way for them. So you'd rather take that over anything else that was going on beforehand.
Dill has time. Just plays it back to Farabus.
Good hustle by Adam Frolick, trying to provide pressure on that back end.
Bad pass taken by Huffman, and there's a foul. Francisco took down Huffman. It's going the other way.
Yeah, clear call right there. Francisco was definitely tugging on the man. So Edmond North gets that call. You know, I love to see unique numbers in sports. You know, you very rarely do you. I mean, obviously, football is very different, but we've got number 37, 59, 77.
Oh, you never see a 37.
You never see a 37. I can't. Sean Alexander, I stand corrected. But like, you rarely. You know, it's like it's really uncommon numbers, and I appreciate seeing those numbers, especially in soccer. I mean, there's so many options to choose from.
My pops is going to be disappointed in me for not realizing Sean Alexander. I'll tell you that.
Oh man, I'm a Seahawks fan, so I was like 37.
Oh, so that's even worse for you. I mean, granted.
Whoa.
Sean Alexander is before your time, though. I mean, before mine, too.
Yeah, both of ours. We're just some young cats up here.
2 minutes to go before half. 2-0 lead for Broken Arrow. An 18th minute goal by Josh Ngoyi, followed by a 32nd minute goal on a PK by Gavin Dill.
Yeah, Tigers have no need to rush, no need to provide pressure. They're kind of just chilling where they're at, looking for what they can take. And if they can't get what they take, they'll take what they give. So Aston Martin just playing this really calm as Dill's going to send this one cross field, though.
Francisco stops it.
Good touch by him.
Pass ricochets to Allen, now back to Farabus.
Dill was looking for the cross right there, but didn't get it where you wanted to.
Good handle by Leal. Now he loses it.
Yeah, put his dribble a little too in front of him.
Farabus, here's Allen. Through ball, Leal. Still with it, out wide, Francisco.
1 minute to play in the half.
Francisco making the turn, beats Huffman to the goal line, crosses it. Horvath, left-footed shot, knocked away by Brown.
Yeah, good defense by Brown. Right spot, right time, and that defense might turn into offense for the Huskies here. So they got a run going.
See if they can make the run on the counter. Brown is chasing. Dill is the closest one to it, and Brown takes him down. Got him around the shoulder and then nails it wide of the goal. The clock being asked to stop, and Brown going to be cautioned.
Man, I mean, I was going to congratulate Brown, which I still will do so. Being the guy to prevent Horvath's shot from getting in, then hustles all the way from crossfield to crossfield. But then I mean, the pull was understandable, but then after that, the sportsmanship, not a big fan of that. He gets the yellow card. They're going to sub him out, let him cool out a little bit. But regardless of, he's played a really good game so far. He has a reason to be upset. I mean, there's been a lot of calls on them, so very much understandable, especially considering, I mean, Brown is a senior, so this could potentially be his last high school soccer game. So understandable anger.
Played long to Gabriel. Smith gets back into play. And this is going to be a corner kick for Broken Arrow. It's last touched by Wiley Smith.
And they've got 10 seconds to do it, though.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get this one off.
They might.
6, 5, 4.
Francisco sprinting it over. He's got to get it to rest. And the referee going to stop this one as 0-0 on the clock. And that takes us to halftime. A first half dominated by the offense of Broken Arrow as the Tigers lead 2-0 with a berth in the state semifinal on the line. As we're back after this on ArrowVision.
Another Broken Arrow Athletics signing day is in the books. 9 more Tigers are taking that next step and competing in college. A day many of them have had their hearts set on for years.
It means a lot. It's a dream come true. I mean, who wouldn't want to play the sport at the next level? Ever since a young kid, I was dreaming about this moment, and now I made it happen.
It was a dream come true for me because I've always wanted to play college soccer. I've always seen other people in front of me go play college soccer and say it was really fun. It was challenging, but it was really fun.
I didn't think I was going to cheer in college, so to be able to actually sign with the D1 college and go and pursue cheer is really it's great.
You know, it meant everything. You know, obviously I have an older brother and he was able to experience this. So, you know, being able to actually do this and actually follow in the steps of him, but also just making my family proud, I think it's a very, great achievement.
Family is, of course, everything. For these 9 athletes to look out and see all those who supported them for years makes this day all that much sweeter.
It's a very special moment. I mean, having my family around here and my loved ones. Honestly, I grew up with these guys, half of them, and then just see all the team here to celebrate with us means everything to me.
I've been to for a while, but I hadn't signed yet, and so today kind of sealed the deal. Felt real. I'm a college athlete now, and to have everybody here and really support me, I didn't tell a lot of people, and so everybody kind of found out today, and it was really exciting.
With graduation right around the corner here at Memorial Stadium, these seniors are circling their first days on their new campuses. But no matter where they find themselves, they'll always have a home here at BA.
I'm so excited. I have my first practice with them on May 4th, which is really close, so that's really fun. I can't wait now.
It means a lot, you know, having one of the biggest high schools in Oklahoma. It's I guess some sort of pressure, but I think I'm able to handle that, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to handle that. So I'm glad to be a BA kid through and through.
From the Broken Arrow Event Center with ArrowVision, I'm Dylan Rivera. The class of 2025 will celebrate their graduation on Monday, May 19th at Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium at 7 p.m. The makeup dates are May 20th or May 21st if there is inclement weather. Project graduation will take place Monday, May 19th, regardless of weather. For a complete list of graduation details and information available, check out our website at www.baschools.org/graduation. We look forward to you joining us to celebrate the BA class of 2025.
Introducing QT Pay, the easiest way to transform every trip, every treat, and every gallon into instant savings every time you pay. All within the QT app. QT Pay. It just makes sense.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Around the clock, throughout eastern Oklahoma, we're devoted to improving the health of our communities, our home. We are your friends and neighbors. We are the people of St. Francis.
Hey, Broken Arrow fans! Score big with TTCU Federal Credit Union's School Pride Card. Each time you use your card, we donate to Broken Arrow Public Schools, adding to the $2.5 million we've given statewide. TTCU, where members are raving fans.
Shields is now open at the Woodland Hills Mall in Tulsa, and we can't thank you enough for the warm welcome. Whether you love the great outdoors, sports, or fashion, Shields has something for everyone. Our passionate and knowledgeable Shields experts are excited to welcome you to explore thousands of brands and premium products. From our golf simulator, service shop, archery lanes, and more, we're ready to get you fitted with the best gear for you. We can't wait to see you at Shields.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Introducing QT Pay, the easiest way to transform every trip, every treat, and every gallon into instant savings every time you pay. All within the QT app. QT Pay. It just makes sense.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first. If you and your family have been waiting for the perfect time to jump into your dream home, it's here. We make buying a new home as easy as it is exciting with quick credit approvals and great rates. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Introducing QT Pay, the easiest way to transform every trip and every gallon into instant savings every time you pay. QT Pay. It just makes sense.
Hey, Broken Arrow fans! Score big with TTCU Federal Credit Union's School Pride Card. Each time you use your card, we donate to Broken Arrow Public Schools, adding to the $2.5 million we've given statewide. TTCU, where members are raving fans.
Around the clock, throughout eastern Oklahoma, we're devoted to improving the health of our communities, our home. We are your friends and neighbors. We are the people of St. Francis.
Moments away from the second half in this quarterfinal game here in the 6A state tournament in 2025 on ArrowVision as the host Tigers leading Edmond North 2-0. It was an 18th minute goal from Josh Ngoyi that got the scoring started, followed by a Gavin Dill PK in the 32nd minute that gave Broken Arrow the insurance. And we're back here from the Kirkland Athletic Complex in Broken Arrow alongside JoJo David. I'm Grayson Singleton. And JoJo, what stood out in that first half? Let's start with Broken Arrow and how they built this 2-0 cushion.
I mean, they just do what they do well, and they just get aggressive. I mean, obviously, those first 5-10 minutes was very Edmond North Huskies heavy, but then they flipped the script. They got a lot of good looks. The first off with Josh Ngoyi with that shot that was a little bit off, but little by little they were chipping one by one by one. They got ball came in a really good spot, got the strike like you said, and then later on down the line they got that penalty kick. They've just been playing consistent this very whole first half, and they paid off for it with 2 goals.
Meanwhile, Edmond North in an 0-2 hole right now. What did they have to do? Let's start offensively with generating more shots. They only generated 1 shot on goal in that first half. How do they get more production and mount more of a threat in the final 40?
I mean, they got to get some of that secret sauce they had during the first. I mean, that offense came out really strong, very high poised, but it kind of just fell off out of nowhere in a sense, it feels like. So they kind of just got to build their attacks. Obviously, they went to halftime. I'm pretty sure Coach Wall was like getting a new scheme for them. So they got to see how they're going to approach this Tiger defense because they've also been a really consistent defense. We've got some new guys out there, so let's see if that plays a different part for this Husky team. But defensively, man, they've done such a really, really good job. I mean, you can't complain one bit. Those 2 goals are really hard goals to avoid. They've done a really good job. So the question is they have to stay strong defensively and pick it up offensively, and this can be a 2-2 game easily.
And you mentioned the new guys out there for Broken Arrow, and Jordan Schmoker has gone heavily into his substitutes ever since the first goal was scored, as they look entirely different with this 11 starting the second half than they did in the first 40 minutes.
Wind's picking up too, sun's coming down, so it's going to be a fun one. 40 more minutes to go.
Here we go in the final 40. Edmond North advanced to this game going on the road and defeating UConn 2-0 in the opening round. Broken Arrow finally extinguished its arch nemesis Jinx with a 2-1 victory. Hancock, middle of the field, Francisco. Plays it out wide to Julio Perez, who sees his first action of this quarterfinal match. Loses it to Smith, and this is across the touchline, and the throw-in being given to Edmond North.
Yeah, Julio Perez is also a sophomore on this team, so a lot of young guys out there. Like you said, Schmoker, I think he's feeling really comfortable, so he's okay with putting these guys in. But also, I'm pretty sure these guys have gotten a lot of minutes during the season, so these guys are definitely not experienced. Like, they definitely have experience. I think he's just getting a little more comfortable. He's like, you know what, my stars, I'll give them a little bit of rest. But don't take that for granted because this Husky team is coming, and they have been this whole game.
17 players have seen the pitch for the Tigers in this game so far. Compare that to only 13 for Edmond North.
Yeah, they kind of kept their same lineup. I mean, this is literally their starting lineup they started off with. So hopefully they can see their issues from the first half offensively and see what they can change. But defensively, you got that same 4 that have been doing the job really well so far today. As Brown's back in after getting that yellow card earlier.
And that is a good thing to know, that Caden Brown, who is one of the enforcers of this Edmond North back line, he has already been cautioned. And he could have honestly been cautioned twice, one for a dangerous play and one for the delay, which he was eventually cautioned for at the tail end of that first half.
Yeah, ball's going a lot of places right now. It's not really staying with one team. So once again, the Huskies got some ankles broken.
Magallanes nearly dropped Smith. And it ends up with Edmond North. Richardson had it. And miscommunication on the near side. And across the touchline.
And that's a throw-in for the Huskies. That's what I saw last touch by the Tigers.
Good eye by you.
Chen Lo's defense right there gets into Dill, but Huskies get it right back.
Kutsev with a good turn. And Weaving knocked away from him. And it's played into the possession of Broken Arrow.
Yeah, the only original starters right now for the, I mean, obviously Kyra Prey is back there, but it's just Gavin Dill and Javi Magallanes and the Chen Lo. Those are the only starters that the Tigers have that started this game off for them so far. So it's a good thing to know that this Tigers team is very much deep.
Andreas Lackey is in. Julio Perez is getting his first action to start the second half. Lucas Horvath is in. That one deflected away by New Haven. Kutsev plays to Freilich, and he loses it to Francisco. Francisco in the middle. Here comes the collapse of the Edmond North defense. He gets it away to Magallanes. Magallanes won by Brown.
Good defense right there by Brown. That's going to be a goal kick for the Huskies. Good defense by them. I mean, Brown kind of came out of nowhere, pressured Magallanes into turning it over, sends it through, but ball overall just turns to a goal kick for the Huskies, and that's a really good start to have. I mean, not all sparks happen from offensive plays. They can happen from defensive plays. You know, this game is so fast. We talked earlier about the stamina that comes into this game. So much can happen in such little time, so this game is nowhere near from done.
Something to watch. Brown was having words with Francisco at the tail end of that last sequence.
It's never a good thing to have whenever he already has a yellow card.
Yeah, keep an eye on Caden Brown as we continue to go along in this second half, as Smith's going to throw this one in for Edmond North. Overshoots Froelich. It's Lowe that chases it down. Lowe still drifting back, nearing the sideline, and he loses it to Froelich. Froelich looking for Fudge, and it's collected by the keeper Prey.
Yeah, Froelich almost, like, he had a really good pass to Fudge, but it was a little bit too much on it. But, I mean, he had the right idea, the right vision and everything. But regardless of, Prey gets on it, gets his first action of this second half.
Now, strategically, why would Lowe drift so far back with it in his possession instead of just playing it back to Prey?
I mean, this game of soccer is just, there's so much into it. I mean, there's a reason it's like one of the, I mean, it is the most popular sport in the world, 100%. But there's so much that goes on, like, intellectually to it, I would say, that there are some things that they do. It's like whenever you're doing it, like, stuff doesn't start, like, it doesn't happen from the front end. It has to come from the back end. So things like that Chen Lo just did, it's always about, like, looking for the opportunities, doing little things to create what they can be given. And that's going to be a throw-in for the Tigers.
Yeah, far side, Andreas Lackey puts it in. Gavin Dill's got time in the middle of the field. Through ball, Horvath, picked off by McManus. And Fudge plays it out wide. Hancock sends one deep for McManus, but the first touch made by Dill. Prey gets it back out wide to Dill.
Yeah, good back and forth there on both of them. I was thinking that Dill was going to send that one over to the street once again, but opts to send it over to Prey.
Lackey gets it back on the carom. Good ball to Francisco. Out wide, Magallanes. 77 on 77. Magallanes with the shot. It's wide.
Yeah, really good teamwork by the Tigers, getting it from point A to point B to point C and almost into the net, but didn't get where it needed to. Magallanes did a good job getting past his defender, getting the shot, but a little too far right.
The ball movement and the passing from Broken Arrow today has been surgical. Just carving up the Edmond North defense and putting up a few shots. That was their fifth shot. They only have 4 on goal, though. Here's Lackey drifting near side. And cutting in front was Richardson, knocking it across the touchline. Lackey set to throw it in.
Yeah, when you look at this Edmond North team size-wise, you just compare them to this Tiger team. They are a large team. Like you said, McManus plays defensive back for Edmond North. I'm pretty sure a lot of these guys have histories in other sports because they are large. Either that or the Tigers are just really small, but they do have a very small lineup, the Tigers do. As McManus steps in front of that one.
And here's McManus on the run. He stayed onside. McManus with the shot, and that's wide. It's going to be a goal kick as he was shoulder to shoulder on that back line with Chinyi Lowe, and Lowe just got enough of him to force the errant shot.
I think either way, that wasn't offsides. I'm not 100% sure. I saw the flag go up and then go straight down, but sometimes you can tell by the placement of where the goalie puts it, but he put it on the line, so I'm not sure if it was or wasn't, but regardless of, it gets with the Tigers.
It's a quick foul there called on the Huskies.
Dill called for that one.
Dill's got a lot of time. Again, Edmond North sinking back, not pushing up against the back line of Broken Arrow.
I think their fear of their offense is more than the fear of their defense, but which makes very good sense.
Nice step through by Francisco. Out wide, Magallanes. Brown comes to meet him, and Brown wins it.
Yeah, good defense by Brown right there. I mean, he's done a stellar job on the defensive end, as he was the main reason he played that perfectly.
Brown sends it long. Here's a run for Hancock, and Hancock's going to get to it ahead of Farabus. Hancock hits the deck momentarily. Now he hits the deck again, and a foul called on Broken Arrow, and Farabus gets called for taking down Hancock.
Yeah, and this is very much a corner kick for them or a long, long throw in either or. So this can turn out really, really good for Edmond North.
It's going to be a direct kick off the foul call, and it was Fudge who got taken down.
You can even go for the shot here. I mean, if you got a left footer, you really could, but I think their best bets are to go with this pass. They've got a lot of tall guys compared to these short guys on the Tiger team that are out there.
Can Edmond North get this put on goal? Just past the 9-minute mark of this second half. They've only put one shot on goal so far in this contest. It was saved by Prey. The linesman backing up the Broken Arrow defense. And Fudge to take the free kick. Flips it into the air. A ricochet off the crossbar. Still loose. Hancock puts his head on it, but it's right to Prey. And Broken Arrow able to exhale.
Yeah, Hancock did not get the header he wanted. He kind of just put it right in the bread and basket of Prey, but really good attempt by the Huskies. That was their chance, I feel like. And that was ball first, so no reason for a call.
Good tackle by Cooper Dollar. Didn't see who got the first touch. That was the real threat to score for Edmond North. That was off the crossbar.
Yeah.
New Hafen was in there. He got some serious elevation going for it.
Not sure.
That's a foul. The clock stops, and here comes the yellow. It's shown to Diego Farabus.
Yellow card issued to the Tigers.
I think it was on the Huskies, actually.
Was it on the Huskies?
It might have been on Adam Frolic, I believe so. Not sure.
You're not sure who's. Yeah, he was. The point was to somebody in the direction of both Farabus and Frolic, and it's Frolic
Yeah, it was
who's going to
Frolic.
get tagged for the yellow. So Frolic is the second Husky to be cautioned.
Emerson Huffman in for the Huskies.
And Emerson Huffman comes back in as Frolic has to take a mandatory trip to the sideline.
Yeah, Huskies, like they're pulling up that, like you said, they're kind of been playing a little synced back. They're kind of pulling it up a little bit now, trying to apply some pressure. As we're now about 11 minutes in to this second half.
And Broken Arrow has just not been sped up at all as Lackey loses his footing and he loses the ball to Kutsev. Francisco with a good tackle. Kutsev wrestling it forward with him. Stays in bounds and a takedown as both players hit the deck, and it's a foul going against the Huskies.
Yeah, Kutsev clearly was the enforcer there, but good physicality from them back and forth. Thought ref was going to give him a yellow, but Did not. Gives him a fist bump instead. And we see some positive vibes from our referee today.
And he's done a really good job controlling this game as well.
Very much so. I mean, obviously, like, tempers have been very much risen on both sides today, so he's controlled the game really well.
And now you see with Huffman in the game, some fresh legs. Huffman is applying heavy pressure on that back line. Richardson with the deflection. The header by Fudge. Farabus lofts it. Francisco asking for Perez to come to it, but Perez didn't get there in time, and it bounds across the touchline. Smith throws it in. Lowe was right there with the first touch, and now here's Perez. Magallanes back out Horvath as here comes the counter from Broken Arrow. Francisco lost it for a moment. It's back with the Tigers. 12 minutes gone by here in the second half. He's JoJo Davis. I'm Grayson Singleton on ArrowVision. 2-0 lead. Both goals scored in the first half for Broken Arrow if you just joined us. Good tackle by McManus. He's got it for the Huskies. Up ahead, Fudge. Drifting out wide. Now on the run. And he pulls up. Good defense and recovery by Dollar.
That one was clean, hit ball first.
And no call comes as Fudge hit the pitch. Horvath with it into the middle with Farabus. Now back to Dill as the Tigers slow it up. And give credit to the coaching of Coach Schmoker and his staff, getting the Tigers ready for this. They have played nearly a flawless in terms of being buttoned up and being poised. They played a near flawless game in that regard.
Very much. They've done their job, and they've done it well today. I mean, that was our number one thing at the beginning of the day, and I had said at the beginning, Josh Ngoy, he set the tone very much so with that first goal. Penalty kick was created because of how much they had gone on the box, and just so many good things for this Tiger team. So, still 26 minutes to go. A lot can happen in 26 minutes, so we're going to have to see if the Huskies can do something within that time.
Dill to Francisco. Through ball broken up by Richardson. Back to Horvath. Magallanes turns, fires, puts it in!
Beautiful goal by Javi Magallanes. Shout out Jackson Campbell for that one, but good goal by Magallanes. The junior number 7'7" midfielder gets it in the perfect spot, outside of the box shot, and that's 3-0 Tigers. And I mean, now, what's to say now?
Javi Magallanes got a little bit of space, and you could ultimately have projected that one coming. Just the lack of ball pressure from Edmond North in this game, not just on the back line, but they haven't closed the space against these Broken Arrow forwards as they've gotten toward the box.
Yeah, you brought it up earlier, Grayson. I mean, this Husky team was playing so far back because they were scared of that attack, and then Magallanes is there outside of the box, and there's no pressure provided, so he's like, I might as well take the shot, you know? He takes the shot, gets it in there, and I feel like there was just not much effort from them. I feel like they're kind of feel defeated, you know, these calls that they believe should be calls not going their way, and it's kind of just affecting their play.
The assist to Lucas Horvath. It is 3-0 Broken Arrow. The winner of this one will take on the winner of Bartlesville and Northwest Classen. That semifinal game would be on Tuesday. Lackey out wide. Another opportunity for Broken Arrow. The cross intercepted by Brown, but he plays it out back, and it finds its way to Dollar. Dollar looking for Perez, couldn't sneak it to him, and it rolls all the way to Gable Davis.
Yeah, Gable Davis, he guessed on that goal, going back to the goal, he guessed right, was in the right spot, but that bounce that the ball had going towards the net just kind of threw him off guard and ended up turning it up better for Magallanes.
15 minutes gone by. There's a foul on Broken Arrow as Farabus took Cal Reeder down to the turf. Reeder, also a football player for Edmond North, took over main running back duties for the Huskies this year.
Got some blood.
Can't see you.
On Julio Perez.
It's Perez, who may have gotten knocked in the face. Definitely got knocked in the face. Oh. He got a wicked cut there.
A lot of it. The sophomore got some good minutes today. Did a lot of good for the Tigers, but they're going to get him patched up.
Juan Leal comes on to replace him. .38 to go in this quarterfinal match. It has been all Broken Arrow so far in this one.
I think the Tigers are getting ready for another sub, along with the Huskies getting ready for another sub.
There's 3 substitutes that are ready to check in for Broken Arrow. One waiting for Edmond North as Langford puts it in the air. Into the box, Farabus with the first touch. Francisco on the run. Plays it out wide, Magallanes leaks out. Looking to make a run, looking to get around Brown. Good defense by Brown, and he turns away Magallanes.
77 versus 77, and 77 wins.
Francisco finds Lowe. Lowe with a deep shot, and it is right to Gable Davis.
Yeah, good save right there by Gable Davis. As this ball is now in Edmond North's possession, but they lose it now.
Good tackle by Richardson, and he plays it to Huffman.
Good effort
Slick
by
move.
Richardson, yeah. He's got that captain badge for a reason. And he showed it off there, putting 100% effort no matter the score.
Hancock plays it back to Brown. New Hafen. And now Smith as they switch the field. Richardson's got time. And finds Smith making a run near side. Smith with the dance. Smith trying to split the Tiger defenders, and he gets tripped. And that foul going to go, I believe, on. Can't see who that was.
It was number 18 on the Tigers. We don't have him on the roster.
Do not have an 18.
Yeah, so not sure who it is, but that call was on him, and this could be shot territory for Holden Richardson.
It's a shot from about 25 yards out.
Or it could be a pass. There's 2 really good options.
Again, keep this in mind. Edmond North, a really tall team. Richardson to take the free kick. Richardson with the shot, the curve, and it's high.
Really good shot, too, but, I mean, Cairo Prey is just a really long goal. I think they're going to be subbing out. Yep, they are going to be subbing out Cairo Prey for Parker Ross.
There is going to be a keeper change, along with a trio of fielders, as Prey gets a well-deserved ovation. As if that does it for his day, he has pitched a shutout.
Yeah, very much so. Pitched a shutout. A little bit of baseball terminology, excuse me, to play with that one. So Parker Ross coming in, Hector Ochoa, Bilal Char, and I'm not sure who else came in, but Tigers got 4 new fresh legs out there for us. We're inching towards 20 minutes to go in this match.
Bilal Char, Hector Ochoa, and Hector Pacheco, the 3 that came in for Broken Arrow.
Also in for the Tigers.
The new keeper, like you mentioned, Ross Parker. He's a junior, getting some minutes in the latter stages of this quarterfinal match in a 3-0 game. Out wide, Leo made a run. Good tackle by Brown. Dollar wins it back. And now it is back to Brown. Huffman in the middle. Trying to make a run, navigating low. Plays it out wide near side. Here's Smith. Richardson switches to McManus. Man on from behind, and a foul.
Yeah, they're going to call that one, even though we've got.
And Leo may have stepped on somebody's foot and turned an ankle. And he's back up and walking it off.
They're getting that line back. Another opportunity, another good opportunity for the Huskies. I think this one I think you go and try to take that pass here in this moment, especially with the fresh goalie. I mean, this could be a huge opportunity for them.
Fudge to take the free kick. Leal with the first touch. Huffman with the heel kick. And this is out to BA. Char overran it, allows Fudge to get a touch, but it's back to Horvath. Out wide, here's Char. BA on the move on the counter. And Brown with the good tackle wins it for Edmond North. Brown, when he's kept his composure, has been an impenetrable wall on that back line.
You could say he's been the best guy on the field for the Huskies today, honestly. I mean, I would say it's either him or Holden Richardson. They both done a stellar job. But, I mean, like you said earlier, like just now, Brown's composure has been kind of the downfall of him.
Past the midway point of this second half, 3-0 lead for Broken Arrow. Looking to advance to a state semifinal. The Tigers have not won a state championship since 2021, and before then, they had broken a 4-year drought.
How's the girls' game looking for the Tigers, if we know?
They are still scoreless in Edmond North between the Huskies and the Tigers on the girls' side of things. 14 minutes to go in the second half of that one. New Haven plays it to Reeder, and he sends it behind his intended target, Richardson.
Yeah, miscommunication by the two of them could have been really good for the Huskies, but once again, just an opportunity lost for them if they've had a lot of them so far these past 5-10 minutes.
By the way, both baseball teams for Edmond North and Broken Arrow are into the state tournament. Edmond North is the surprise of the postseason so far. They had a losing record during the regular year, but upset Edmond Memorial, the district host, to get to the state tournament. Here's Leal on the run, and he's tackled from behind. Richardson gets called for it, and there goes the yellow. As Leal took a wicked spill.
That's a clear one on Richardson, man. I mean, he just kind of didn't even hit the ball for us whatsoever, but once again, now it's going to be an opportunity for the Tigers.
So Richardson's going to come off. Go ahead, Jojo.
Oh, I was just going to say, this could make it 4-0 for the Tigers, which would be a very, very strong score to go in. I mean, like you said earlier, it's if they win, they play either Bartlesville or
Northwest
Classen, which are opponents they're both very familiar with. So this could be a really good one to go into. I mean, the higher the score, the better. It's going to be Pacheco taking this one.
Hector Pacheco to take the free kick. Outside the box, Pacheco knocked away. Leal with it, just inside the box. Plays it wide and knocked away by Davis. The flag is up. Somebody was offside. There were actually a couple of Tigers who were offside. By the way, to update you on that other quarterfinal match that would determine the opponent for the winner of this game, Bartlesville and Northwest Classen are even at 1 apiece in the second half. Smith sends it ahead. Won by Pacheco. Char not being pressured yet. Finds Pacheco. Low. The tap to Leal. Out wide. Fudge gets back into the play. Leal gets past Brown. Plays it back, and Char mishandled it. Wins it back. Char with a shot. Davis with a stop.
Good save right there by Gable Davis. He stayed poised the whole entire time, stayed patient, stayed ready. Even after Bilo Char got it the second time, gets a really good save for him to get down the sheet.
Third save of the day for Gable Davis. By the way, the 8th shot, 7 put on goal by Broken Arrow. Their offense has had no trouble generating opportunities. Here's a through ball to McManus. McManus weaving, plays it back. This is Froelich who loses it. Char comes out of there with it. Pacheco just drifting back. BA in no rush, up by 3, 16.5 to go. Froelich re-enters the match after he was cautioned, as he re-entered for Richardson after that last yellow was shown.
Yeah, the one risky thing about yellow cards here, I mean, whenever you're in the playoffs, these carry on to the next games, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, if this Edmond North team can come back and get 3 goals and potentially win this game, they're going to be going in with 2 of their top guys, or it seems like the top guys that have played really well today.
3 of their top guys, Brown, Froelich, and Richardson, have all been cautioned. Leal breaks away into the box, and Ochoa, and his header is too high.
There's Mateo Ortega.
Ortega, pardon me.
With the header. So we got a potential sub for the Tigers.
For the Tigers, number 10, Noah Allen.
Noah Allen comes into the match, and he replaces Diego Farabas. The goal kick from Davis gets us restarted.
We're now getting towards 15 minutes to go in this match, and the question is, can Edmond North do something here to at least get a goal to change the momentum of this game?
Here's a run for Richardson, playing it back Froelich into the box, and first touch by the Tigers. Ricocheting around, McManus giving chase, and he's got it. Out wide, Richardson gets it to settle. Froelich sends it long. Fudge giving chase, but the first one to it was Andreas Lackey.
He puts on an easy, a nice yet very simple move to get past his defender. So now the Tigers going to send this one deep.
All sorts of bodies fall over each other, and it ends up with Brown. Caden Brown pulls back. Edmond North needing to get busy if the Huskies want to keep their season alive. Fudge out wide.
Yeah, he's onside too.
Looking for Huffman. That was knocked away by Dill. Reeder, Dill stepped in front of him. The ball loose, picked up by Lowe. Pacheco sends one long and wide. Leal is there for the Tigers. Leal, good move to get around Brown, and Caden Brown grabbed him.
Yeah, Brown is very, very chippy with his hands. And that's going to create another opportunity for the Tigers in a really good spot for a really good free kick. Although, like I said earlier, this is like a shorter team than most. They can still create something.
Played wide into the box, and Pacheco with a bad touch couldn't keep it in.
Goal kick, Huskies.
A goal kick upcoming for the Huskies, as Chris Waugh going to go to another one of his substitutes. 2 are going to come on for Edmond North as he gets Will Hancock back into the contest.
Will Hancock in for the Huskies.
Clock moving now under 13. Kutsev gets back into the game as well for Edmond North.
And Grayson, they say that a great says anything is possible. The great Kobe Bryant. 12 minutes, 37 seconds to go. The question is, can that fall through for the Huskies? They have to make a stop here first.
Here's Char on the run, and it ends up across the goal line for a goal kick.
But my question to you is, do we think that there's anything that the Huskies can do to at least get 2 goals, not even just 3, but 2 goals at least in these moments to create something for them?
You would have to imagine, though, that they would have to have sustained possession first, which has not been really in their favor.
Yeah, not at all. And it's really cool to see how this Tiger team has played this second half with mostly their bench, funny enough. So we're going to get a Tiger sub. And I know we said earlier we did not have a number 18 on our roster for the Tigers, but I know him very dear and well, as coming out will be Hector Pacheco, and coming in will be Angel De Dios. switch numbers on me. You know, I saw that number. I was like, wait a minute now. Like, this is not like clicking in my brain. But we got it down. We saw the face, put face to name, and he's in the game with 11 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this match.
This is why we have an alum up here. The former Proud Tiger himself, JoJo Davis, as that's a foul on Edmond North.
I'm not from, but currently student at the University of Oklahoma.
Yeah, you are.
In Norman, and a lot of kids there are from Dallas, so I always get perceived as a Dallas kid to most people, and I'm like, I'm not the Dallas kid. Grayson here now is the Dallas guy.
You give off private school Dallas vibe.
Okay, I don't know what to say that's a compliment, or I don't know what to say that, but we'll just say yeah to that one.
Oh, a lot of my friends would fit into that demographic, so how about a compliment?
Hey, you know what, we'll take this compliment.
I'm Grayson Singleton.
JoJo David.
A Sooner and a Poke on the same broadcast. How about that?
Yeah. Oh, they didn't know that though.
They did not know that.
The viewers did not know that.
Edmond North voicing its displeasure with the no call. McManus sends one long. Kutsev was onside as he is able to settle it and plays it to Hancock. Here's a chance for Edmond North. Hancock with a shot. What a stop! Diving and knocking it away is Parker Ross.
And that's going to be a corner kick for the Huskies. Or actually, no.
Did that hit the? That might have hit the post.
It looked like he touched it, honestly, but
it evaded Ross. And this is going to end up as a goal kick.
Yeah, they're going to sub as Brown's coming back in. Subbing out will be Emerson Huffman. It's now only 9 minutes and 43 seconds to go. Regardless of, good effort by Ross, stretching out there. I mean, if you think about it, Kyra Prey is now a senior, so once Prey is gone, it's going to be Parker Ross's team.
And Ross will be a senior next year, so they trade one senior for another. Here's Dedios, weaving back, keeping it away from McManus.
Angel Dedios, number 18, just got into this game. He's done a really good job so far.
And here's a run and a shot wide. As a bullet fired by Mateo Ortega.
Yeah, that looked like a rocket, straight rocket out of a ship, but didn't get where he needed it to be. But, I mean, still, Tigers are 3-0 right now. They're sitting pretty comfortably. One of my favorite memories here, Grayson, was senior night.
Okay.
I forgot who we were playing. I forgot who the Tigers were playing, but they had a penalty kick, and the former goalie, Evan Boss, he currently plays at Northeastern State University, he was like, I'm telling you right now, JoJo, like, whenever we play, if there's a penalty, I'm taking the penalty kick. And I was like, all right, Evan, like, I'm going to cook up a call for you. I need this ball in the net. He takes the shot. He completely missed it. I was like, oh, I was so disappointed. I was like, man, you came out of box. Like the seniors had their senior night jerseys. He had like a really cool one, and he missed it completely. I was like, man, Evan, you let me down, man. Good times, man.
Under 8 to go here at Broken Arrow. The Tigers looking to put up the finishing touches on a quarterfinal victory and advance to a semifinal match that would be against either Bartlesville or Northwest Classen, both tied at 1, by the way. Elsewhere in the quarterfinals, Edmond Memorial 2-0 over Mustang. That's in the second half. And Norman North and Owasso. At Owasso, the Timberwolves ahead of the Rams on the road. 1-0.
That's an upset right there, because that Owasso team is one of the best in the state, if not the best. So if I'm a Broken Arrow Tiger on this soccer team, I'm like rejoicing in joy if the Rams can get taken down.
Some hate watching going on.
Yeah. Oh, I said if it was them. You know, me personally, no. I'm a Sooner man now. You know, hoping for a better football season than last.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh, we're both in the same boat, brother.
A little more promise for y'all, I'll tell you that right now.
And we've got some chirping. It's going to be a yellow card.
This was shown to Stokely Fudge. So Fudge is the 4th Husky to be shown the yellow card in this match.
I'm shocked we haven't seen a red yet, Grayson, I will say. Very close to it, though. With only 6 minutes and 49 seconds to go.
For the Huskies, number 10, Emerson Huffman.
So Huffman rotates in. It's about the 3rd time he's come in to replace a cautioned player. Here's the free kick off the crossbar.
Did that go in?
The linesman says no. Horvath with the second shot, and he's airmails this one by a lot.
It seemed like that one came off of Richardson's foot, but I don't think it was. He kind of just shot it really high. It's going to stay with the Huskies, but
an update on the girls' side of things in the OKC Metro. Broken Arrow and Edmond North still scoreless. 2:40 and counting to go in the second half of that contest. That game being broadcast on our partner site, krefsports.tv, and this one is tailing into the street as Brown launches that one out of the complex.
Getting near the end to a lot of these sports. Soccer's coming to an end. Baseball, softball, a lot of good stuff. You know, good way to cap off the year. A lot of these kids have graduation coming up, college, all these things, and I just want to say it flies by, so enjoy it when you can.
By the way, shout out to my homies in Stillwater for graduation, which is this weekend. As this one booted across the touchline. Throw in coming for Edmond North.
Good move right there by Frolic.
Turning back in was Kutsev. Richardson plays it out wide. Here's Huffman. Frolic on the run. One-on-one with Dollar. Frolic tried to play it back in. He ended up losing it. Recovered by Richardson, and now Huffman. 5 minutes to go. Huffman trying to split the Tiger defense and loses it across the goal line, and it's going to be a corner kick.
I believe that's only their second, maybe even 3rd corner kick of today. Yeah, it's going to be their second one, excuse me. Yeah, but hopefully they can make something happen. I feel like just a goal at least would just bring up morale for them.
This one bounces in. Dollar knocks it away. Brown sends it way wide.
Yeah, really low, too. Trying to catch Parker Ross off guard. Didn't really do that much so because it was way too far left. So we're now getting really close towards 4 minutes to go in this game. As it's been a good one, Grayson, I will say.
Broken Arrow seemingly going to go into preservation mode with a 3-0 lead. Horvath. Allen. Chased down by Hancock, but Allen with a strong move to keep possession. Low with it. Again, not a whole lot of ball pressure being applied by the Huskies.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're just accepting their defeat in a sense, which kind of sucks. I mean, a lot of these guys, these seniors, it's probably their last times playing. Could be their last time playing soccer ever, but it is mainly their last time playing high school, like sports in general, as we come near the end of all these fun festivities.
This will be a throw-in for Edmond North.
It's like you always want to leave a field as an athlete knowing you put everything out there. Even whenever it gets to, whenever it starts sucking and you just never want to play, you want to leave it all out there so you have no regrets. So would love to see a spark like that for some of these guys as it comes near an end. 3 minutes to go.
Frolic trying to win it away from Dollar, couldn't do it. Under 3 to go now.
Throwing Huskies.
It's going to stay with the Huskies, though.
Huskies going to throw it in. For Broken Arrow, in all likelihood, this will be win number 15 on the year.
She's got a sub coming in.
It's been a really successful season for Jordan Schmoker and the Tigers. As Huffman comes off, and it's Fudge that comes back in.
Fudge back in for the Huskies.
That ball just kind of went through everybody. It just kind of goes back. Is it going over the fence? Nope, it'll stay in. What would happen if you're just driving and like that ball hits your windshield and it just like shatters? I'm curious how that overall, like how that would be handled.
I think who is liable in that situation? That's a really good question.
Do you target the person who did it? Do you target the stadium? Like, it's a lot of questions, not many answers, but interesting thought for the day.
I'll sleep on that one.
That's what you'll be thinking about for 2 hours on that drive back.
Absolutely not. I'm not even going to front. Here's a run. He was onside. Here's a shot. Oh, nicely done by Davis to knock it away on the shot from Juan Leal.
Good save by Davis. I mean, he dives right, but luckily spread his left foot out right in time to touch it barely. Would have been a really, really nice goal for Juan Leal. But it's going to result in a corner kick for the Tigers.
Horvath to take the corner. Puts it in the air. Ortega had a shot at it, but couldn't get a good touch on it. It's back out to Allen. 60 seconds to go in a match that has been totally dominated by Broken Arrow. And now, here we go as players come to each other. And there was a punch throw.
Yeah, an Edmond North player threw a punch.
This has been boiling for the entirety of the match. And now with 54 seconds to go, this has turned ugly.
Yeah, good leadership by Gavin Dill getting right over there, shoving these guys. I mean,
there's a red card. Stokely Fudge has been thrown out.
He's still talking too.
And again, I think you and I have narrated this well. The tensions have been building the entirety of this match. So far, Fudge the only one who's been shown the red card.
Yeah, Stokely Fudge, number 17, the senior, ends off his final time on the soccer field as a high schooler with a red card, threw a punch and just got physical for no reason.
So far, nobody from Broken Arrow haven't been shown any cards, so it's just Fudge at the moment. And it looks like it's going to stay that way.
Yeah, sometimes just emotions arise. It gets to a point, but I don't know if you saw what I had saw, but Gavin Dill has been in this whole game for this whole time for the Tigers, and he's done a really good job. I believe they're giving another.
It's a yellow going to be shown to Juan Leal.
Yellow card received Broken Arrow, 16, Juan Leal.
He's coping like he didn't do anything. Not really sure. We didn't really catch on to that. You viewers on the stream, you can go back and try to look and see what happened. But
yeah, the action was going on around this near side here, and then you just look up, and they're
just in their faces, like back and forth. You know, but what I saw when I really appreciated, like just a leadership moment, Gavin Dill coming and grabbing his teammates, pulling them off physically, no matter what. Just grabbed them, threw them to the side, because he understood we have bigger coming later on down the line. You can't afford a yellow and put us in a bad situation later on down the line. You have to be able to keep your poise.
They are going to extra time at Edmond North in the girls' quarterfinal match between Broken Arrow and the Huskies. Again, krefsports.tv. And click on that Edmond North logo. We'll take you to that one.
And we've got a second ball on the field.
Yeah, there is a second ball on the field. Nobody seems to
right
notice
behind
it.
Dollar.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Under 30 seconds to go. None of the three officials have seemed to catch on to this.
Maybe they have. They just haven't realized it. I'm not sure. You know what? I mean, there's also 15 seconds left. I don't think it's going to affect much. Yeah, just boot that thing out.
Broken Arrow is going to advance to the state semifinal. A wire-to-wire domination for the Tigers as they extinguish Edmond North 3-0. And the season lives on as the Tigers will play on Tuesday night.
And we got to make sure, I mean, the Tigers have to be smart here. I mean, you got to show your sportsmanship. Don't indulge in anything, because you have a game later on down the line against either Bartlesville or North Classen. So
By the way, they are headed to extra time at Northwest Classen. The Knights and Bartlesville deadlocked at 1 apiece. So we'll have to wait a little bit longer before we find out who Broken Arrow will face on Tuesday in the semifinal. For JoJo Davis, I'm Grayson Singleton saying so long here from Broken Arrow. The Tigers advance 3-0 over Edmond North. Everybody drive safe. Thanks for watching. Have a good night, everybody, here on ArrowVision.